going to go defend them because the strong should defend the weak. No, he thinks, well, it makes sense that they're being punished because they failed the rules, although it's being done in a bad way, so I should kill that leader because that leader obviously doesn't know how to punish his troops.
Yeah, thinking's way different.
Yeah, who, you know.
And not only that, because I completely agree. That guy is an idiot. At the very beginning, I mentioned that medieval time books or swords and magic and stuff like that are my favorite types of book to read. Well, what's cool about this book is it's so different than a lot of your medieval books and stuff like that because Rezkin being also the Raven in this series, the jokes that come along with the rules, I mean, it is just so different than any type of medieval book I have ever read and probably will ever read that the guy who ever did that review is way wrong. This is not just another medieval book. There is so much more to it that just draws your attention and pulls you in. Like I said, to me, this is the best book. And I wanted to jump back a little bit. You had asked me what I thought the third book was going, how I thought it was going to go about. So I asked you, how did you think the third book was going to go about?
I thought the third book was going to be they were going to, you know, reveal his authority to rule, go back into the kingdom, and overthrow King Cadian. And I didn't know if it'd finish in the third book. I actually expected it would probably take another couple of books before he overthrew King Cadian.
Yeah.
But I just expected that to be the premise of the book. This entire book is going to be about Rezkin overthrowing King Cadian. Not about Rezkin saving the world from demons.
Right, the underworld. Yes.
And the elves that are brought into it. So are there going to be dwarves brought into the next book?
Ooh, didn't think about that one, actually. Oh, and which goes on, since Uncle Danny already said there's spoilers, going on about you saying there's elves in the book. We were mentioning earlier in this review that Uncle Danny had mentioned he thought Rezkin was going to be a wizard. I had said that I think there's more magical powers that Rezkin doesn't even know that he has. So we were talking about this, and you're the one who actually brought it up, saying that he's part elven. And the cool thing about the elvens is they have a bunch of magical powers. So that really plays into your way of thinking of him being part elven.
Well, what do they keep in that fort?
Mm-hmm.
What is the term they use for him? You've got those special guards that...
I forget what the name is.
I don't remember what the name is either. You've got those special guards that won't listen to anyone but Rezkin, and from the moment they see Rezkin, they're loyal to Rezkin and they are obedient to Rezkin. So to me, it's like half elven, and that's why the mages can't see any magical abilities in him, because his magic is different than their magic. That's why he's the only one in the fort that can get doors to open and all the stuff in the fort to respond to him. I also think that's like when they first get to the fort and he's opening the doors and he actually dies. And he's not strong enough to open those doors without dying. Now he dies and they bring him back to life because he's got a life mage with him. And then after that, the fort will obey him. I think that was his human side. The reason he wasn't like a full elf would have had no problem with the doors. But a half elf doesn't quite have enough power because his human side interferes.
Ooh, that's actually really good.
That's what I'm thinking.
Him Uncle Danny talking about that door, in the first two books, Rezkin is played as someone who is, I mean, he could battle 20 guys, and those 20 guys are now dead. Just this smooth, flawless, amazing warrior, just completely indestructible. It's not till that scene, actually, that you see, okay, there is weakness, and he is destructible, which is really good, because it's nice knowing that he is somewhat destructible, and not just played as someone who's just completely powerful to the point that no one could stop him. Now it shows there's a stopping point with him. And that scene also shows what you were mentioning earlier about how he was raised, because he couldn't trust anyone, because when he awoke from being dead, his eyesight was all off and everything. Yeah. And his friends were trying to talk to him, but instantly his rules came up. He backed away to the rocks and was like cautious, had his swords out ready to fight anyone. They'd say, well, do you trust Wes? And he'd give a reason for this. Well, do you trust Tam? Yeah. Well, Tam had called me an executioner. He could come. Do you trust Frisha? Well, Frisha did this, or I did this, so Frisha isn't happy with me. And just every reason why imaginable. And I was sitting there thinking in that scene, how do you not trust Wes? And how do you not trust Frisha? Okay, Tam will be how do you not trust Tam? He's like your second guy now. And so it really shows like...
and it really hurt the people. I mean, they were hurt that he did not trust them. I mean, that was where you could see the disconnect between people's view of who Rezkin is and who Rezkin really is, because those people thought that they had earned Rezkin's trust. And so to find out that Rezkin did not trust them was totally shocking and really hurt their feelings and almost caused a split right there. I mean, the way it sounded to me was like it came very close to causing a split, and the one striker had to step in and tell everybody, hey, he was raised this way, and it's because of how he was raised. Now you're actually getting to see into the mind of the king.
Yeah, and that was Wesson, the striker Wesson, who... oh, wait, no, not the striker. That Wesson is the mage, that's right. But, yeah, the striker is the one who said that. And Wesson was a guy who actually ended up helping Rezkin out in the solution, saying, hey, we'll put a shield around you so no one could harm you, and slowly his eyesight. But...
he did trust Wes enough to allow him to do that.
Yep, he finally, at first he wasn't, and then as his eyesight slowly started to come back, I mean very slowly, that's when he slowly put his trust more in him. And there was something that I was going to say that totally lost my mind. But
you were talking about his eyesight coming back and him trusting Wes, and
yeah, I lost it. Yeah, well, I'll tell you guys later.
Hopefully it'll come back. You're not my age yet, so there's a chance it'll come back.
And usually what happens is I'll probably end up forgetting it, and I'll leave here tonight, and then on my way back home, this is what it was.
Yeah. Well, not while you're driving home. Do it when you get home.
Well, that's what I mean. Yeah. Exactly. We follow the rules in this family.
Yes, we better. You've got a long, windy river road to drive down. No texting while you're on that road there. So we're at like 41 minutes. We need to cut this thing short. But you said something earlier that made me think of something, and this will be the last thing I'll say, and then if you have anything, you can add it. In regards to Kelcade and his ability to write action scenes, typically in a book, and it's a sword book, where it's a person battling someone. All they have is swords, and the other people have crossbows. And in this case, he's completely surrounded. I'm talking about the first fight scene at the fort, where he's told to kill the strikers. And you have Rezkin take on 17 strikers who are all armed, who are all hear the command at the same time he does, and they have crossbowmen and everything. And he kills all of them but one. It takes a really good writer to be able to create a battle scene like that where you can picture it in your head, you can watch it as it's going on as if you're watching a movie, and it all sounds and feels realistic. There's not a single point in any of his battles where I just go, oh, that's unreal. And it happens all the time with Hollywood. When Hollywood, you're constantly having to throw reality out the window because you've got, some 80-pound little girl who kicks some 300-pound guy across the room. That's just not, reality. She might be faster than him and quicker than him, but she's not going to kick him and have him fly across the room. In all of the battle scenes, in all of the books, there's never a moment where you just go, okay, well, this has been really good, but I'm just going to pretend like that made sense. Because it's so well done.
Tied in together. So I guess I will leave you guys with this. I have a question for you. You were mentioning how you could really imagine the battle scene, and I agree. Throughout this book, Kel Cade does such a good descriptive job and ties everything in so well. I have noticed that of all the characters, and it's not for lack of Kel Cade being descriptive about him, but Rezkin as Rezkin is the hardest person. I imagine him in fight scenes, but if he was just standing there and I created an image of him, it's almost like his face would be blurry.
Right.
But him as the Raven, I imagine the cloak, but the eyes as they describe it. I could imagine him as a Raven, which his face is covered as a Raven, but as Rezkin being human,
mysterious, dark,
he's
scary
still
figure.
Mysterious to me, and he's in all the books, you know, where all the other characters, I could draw an image to. Oh, this guy's a nobleman, he acts like this. I'm guessing tall, dark, handsome man, and I'm talking about his cousin in that one. And or the mage or the strikers being these warriors. Rezkin is the only one, which is crazy because it plays into how Kel Cade wanted Rezkin to be with the magic that Wesson found out about.
Right, to where he's just like totally, he can make people be what he wants them to believe. Yeah, I hadn't thought about that, but that is because we've had that happen where a book you love is made into a movie, and you're watching the actor going, that just doesn't fit the way I pictured that actor in the book. And I do. I have a mental image of my head of what Wes looks like, what Frisha looks like, what Tam, what Mouse is. I had a mental image of what Pallas looked like. The gal that Pallas was in love with. I can't remember her name, but I have, he does a good enough job of fleshing out his characters and describing his characters. The Mountain Man, I definitely have an image of what the Mountain Man looked like. You are our chieftain now, that guy. But no.
Yeah.
I do not have, and if they made a movie, who would play him?
You know what's funny is
who could play Rezkin?
I actually had been thinking about this, and this is my answer to that. I don't know, because like you said, this book is, you can't make a movie out of this book. And every single time I'll text Uncle Danny, okay, well, they could try doing it. No, that won't work because, well, they'll try this. No, that won't work because of this. But,
they put in a narrator.
Someone very fit and mysterious. He's so almost human, but inhuman that it's like hard to even think of someone that could play his role.
I have not thought about
and
that.
I feel like if someone did play his role, no matter who it is, it could be one of my favorite actors. Yep, and not good enough. You know what I mean? So
my other favorite book series is Harry Potter, and I had no problem with the actor that played Harry Potter. Did not initially fit my images of that actor in my head. But it did not take me long to where now when I picture Harry Potter, that is what I picture. But yeah, with Rezkin, I think no matter who, if they tried making a movie, I don't know that I could watch it. Because I think I'd just be like, it's going to suck compared to the books.
And so like Harry Potter, I had seen the movies first. Divergent, I had seen the movies first before I read the book. Aragon, I read the book Aragon. And that's one of the first times I read a book first and then watched the movie. And it wouldn't work out. Because if they can't make Aragon, they can't make this movie. Because I'm sorry, but the movie Aragon to me wasn't that good, and it could be just because I've read the book.
The movie was good if you didn't compare it to the book.
Yes.
If it was just, hey, this is a new movie that we've written as a stand by itself, and that's why they never came out with any more books, any more of the movies, I think, is because it sucked compared to the books. So, and I've learned, like, we just finished watching, and I'm going to be doing a review on American Assassin, which I love the Mitch Rapp books. Have you listened to the book?
Not American Assassin. There's actually a new movie called Assassin.
Yeah, and it's based on Vince Flynn's Mitch Rapp books, which are great books.
I'll have to listen to that.
Great books. Love the Mitch Rapp books. I had never listened to the American Assassin book. I've learned, watch the movie, then listen to the book. And I'm really glad I did, because then I could enjoy the book, or enjoy the movie, and enjoy the book. If I'd have listened to the book and then tried watching the movie, that movie would have sucked so badly. So
I agree. To me, watching the movie first makes the book that much better, but doesn't kill the movie. Where reading the book first, the book is still awesome, but it kills the movie. So
Right.
the other way around is a lot cooler, I think, when you watch the movie and then read the book. But
And we've gone almost 50 minutes, so we need to cut this thing short here. Anyhow, if you like my channel, please subscribe, turn on notifications. If you like the video, hit the like button. It actually does help. If you have any questions, comments, or feedback, put them in the comment section. And Caleb is going to agree with me on this last bit. I have no doubt about that. No matter what else you do today, make sure that today you listen to at least one really good audiobook. And I cannot recommend Kelcade's Free the Darkness series anymore. It is my favorite book series, right?
yes.
Yes. All right. Thank you.